Hey, welcome to your virtual PT session. My name is Kate and I will be your personal trainer for the next 60 minutes. Don't panic though, that full 60 minutes is not going to be hard hit. We are going to go through a full body session, and in that time work on some mobility. We'll go through strength training, so taking the cardiovascular side down. We'll then go into some HIIT and then a cool down at the end. So a real range of things today, and we will be working the full body. Today's session does not require any equipment, so it will feel a little bit different than if we were in the actual gym. It's down to you to bring the intention and the intensity behind all of these movements. We create that intensity by really focusing on the mind-muscle connection, okay? Try and give yourself a intention before you start to really put in what this session deserves, okay? We all deserve to get the best out of what we do, and in the 60 minutes, let's bring that with us. A few things to note before we head into this session. Obviously, this isn't a real life one-to-one situation, and I'm just going to give you that feel of a PT session. I don't know you personally. I think I do know some of you personally. I don't know necessarily your history or your injury history. I don't know your exercise history. I don't know where you're at physically, where you're at mentally. So this will be a really general session. You can take things up, you can go a little bit more, add progression to exercises, or you can take the reverse and go in for the regression. It's always good just to go at what you feel is right, and if anything doesn't feel right, you know what to do. We stop and then we consult the relative medical professional. You'll have to forgive me for this strange height. So usually I do use a wide angle lens, but for some reason it's gone walkabout. I can't find it anywhere. So I don't usually PT from such great heights, but I imagine that this is what the world looks like for people that are taller than me. So enjoy being this tall for today in the next 60 minutes, and let's get started with a warm-up. Okay, so bring yourself out into a space for me. We'll start with a spinal roll, all right? So really nice and easy, thinking about more mobility than a sort of heart raiser for this warm-up. Unlocking the body, getting those muscles working and moving the joints in different directions. So head comes down, chin in towards the chest, and just roll through the spine. So drop down, let the head go, let the arms release, and then from here we take the reverse. Squeeze your glutes, tuck your pelvis under, and then come up to standing, okay? So you can do this at your own pace. Just make sure, breathe in at the top, exhale, drop the chin down towards the chest, and then feel all of the vertebra come down through the spine, and then roll up in the reverse, all right? Once you're comfortable with this movement, take the pace up just slightly, chin into chest, breathe in, relax the shoulders, keep that going for me, okay? So making sure it's a nice smooth movement. You can keep a slight bend in the knees if you need to, okay? So we're not gonna lock out the legs here. Soft bend in the knees, it's about the spine rather than those hamstrings, okay? Good, keep that going. 10 more seconds, chin down, we roll down. That's it, at the end, feel some tension behind the back of the legs. Squeeze glutes, tuck under. We've got 5 seconds, guys. Good, in 4, 3, 2, we're going to roll all the way down to the ground and walk yourselves into a hands and knees position, okay? From here, wrists under shoulders, we're going to take a cat-cow position. So tuck your pelvis underneath and drop the chin down, okay? Really round through the back here, pulling your belly button up towards the ceiling, and then taking the reverse. Chest comes through the shoulders, extend and lift the gaze. Good, we take that again. Rolling through the spine, tuck your pelvis under. Breathe out, breathe in as the chest comes through the shoulders. Find that space. Good, let's keep that going. Rolling up and down, in and out of that cat-cow position, okay? Enjoy unlocking the body. So a lot of these movements we do as we warm up, they're movements, they're directions that we wouldn't be moving in our day-to-day lives, especially at the moment where a lot of us are doing a lot more sitting, a lot more typing. In any kind of industry, keep that rolling, guys. Cat-cow, cat-cow. In any industry at the moment, you can't avoid working on a laptop, so I feel like if you can do work on a laptop at the moment, that's what we're doing. Good, 8 seconds. Keep that rolling. Good, breathe in as the chest comes through. Exhale as it drops down. Nice, good, 3, 2, stay down on the ground, and 1. You're gonna take your left foot forwards, okay? We're coming into a lunge position here, hopefully you guys can see me, and your right knee is down to the ground. Sink your weight forward and keep the knee over the ankle. Hands come down inside the leg here, and as the spine stays long, small rotations through the hip, okay? And we can take it in the opposite direction here. So just going in any direction, what feels good, okay? So sometimes your body needs different things on different days. If it feels good, we take with it. Good, progression here, you can drop your forearm down to the ground here on the right side. That's your progression. Or stay up in this elevated position. We've got 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Let's change the leg over. So just taking it slowly through, transitioning over onto the other side. So right foot comes forward, left knee down onto the ground. Both hands come inside the right leg. Keep the spine long and small rotations. Nice. Oh, feels good. I always try and do warm up and cool down with my clients, or at least bits of it, because it just benefits me as well. Good. Other side. But then they're always like, especially if it's a cool down at the end, they're like, you haven't even done the session. I'm like, yeah, but it's tiring just looking. All right, let's take it down onto the forearm if you want to for that progression. If not, stay where you are, keep that going. Opening out through the hips. So we are going to work on hip opening exercises. Got 10 more seconds here, team. We stay down on the ground. Good, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Stay down on the ground. This time, bring your left shin across the body and pop it down on the ground, okay? Take the right foot, and from here, you're gonna kind of create a spiral shape with the body, if you can see me here, hopefully. So one leg is in front and one leg is behind. We're going to push down through the knees, so that is your grounding point, and the hips come forward, okay? So take a second here. We're going to stay on the same side. Keep your chest up. Push down through the knee and bring the hip around, okay? So I'm going to show you different directions here. So forward, it looks like this. Take myself back a little bit more. Keep going for me. Push the hips forward and release down. Good. Everybody's range in this movement is different as well, so if you can't get all the way up and through, we go to where it feels that little sticking point, okay? We're not going to push past it, okay? We're going to work through it. 2, 1. Let's take the other side here. Right leg in front, left leg behind. Let's take hips up. You might hear some cracks and some pops. I definitely always get it on one side, thanks to my wonky legs. Right leg is significantly longer than my left leg, so if you were thinking, I was wondering why Kate's always on a wonk when she's teaching, you know, that solid 45-degree angle, that's why. Good, we've got 5 seconds here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, let's take it down onto the ground here. We're going into lumbar rotations. This is a really nice one. Keeping this a bit more dynamic than we would do at the end of a session. So lay down onto your back, take your hands wide, knees together. Try and keep your knees stacked on top, okay? So we don't want to let one leg come out. We keep them stacked and we drop the legs to the side, keeping the right shoulder down on the ground. And then draw your belly button in and bring the knees back to center. We go over to the other side, drop the legs down, breathe out, and back to center. Keep that going for me. 15 seconds rolling left and right again. Getting some movement through the lower spine here. If you can keep the shoulders on the ground, that's excellent. If you can't, that's excellent, because we just do what we can do, yeah? All right. Stay down on the floor. 10 seconds. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring yourself back up to standing by any means possible. Just make sure you don't give yourself a head rush, okay? Unless that's your thing. Taking a lateral bend, so imagine your body is squeezed between two pieces of glass, okay? You've only got this amount of space to bend over to the side and drop the hands down, okay? Keeping the body in line. So if you're feeling like you're coming forwards or you're rocking backwards, get yourselves in between those two pieces of glass and then bring yourself back into center. Again, core engaged, pelvis tucked under, belly button tight, and glutes are squeezed. I say that. Glutes engaged, abs tight. I feel like I say them 1,000 times. Chest proud again. Drop down to the side. Belly button tight, back to center. Keep going, 10 more seconds here. So feeling that body sort of opening up now as we get through this. A few exercises at the end just to bring the heart rate back up. Nice, good, reach it down. Back into center, stand tall for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go for shoulder rotation, soft knees. So shoulders up to the ears and then roll back and down, relax. Again, shoulders up to the ears, roll back and down. Good, relax. Keep that going, rolling through those reps. Up to the ears, back and down. Good. For 4, we're going to take the reverse. 2, 1. Let's go forward. So arms, shoulders up, round and down. We go up, round and down. Good. 3, 2, 1. Okay, from here we're going to take just head rotations, okay? So soft, we're just going to take the head and look over to the right side. Good, back into center here. Let's take it to the opposite side. Head goes over to the left side. Good. And again, imagine you're being pulled up through your spine. You're string through the top of your head. Someone is pulling you up. I always think when people say that, someone's pulling you through the spine. Like, who is? Who's pulling me up through my spine through a piece of string? No, you will remain a mystery. Let's go back to center. Go final time over to the right side. Go back into center. Over to the left. Good, back to center. And then from there, guys, all we're gonna do is take a reverse lunge, reach up overhead, 20 seconds of each of these. Okay. Small dynamic movements, sorry, not small, they're quite big, I meant to say. Small 20 seconds, dynamic movements reaching back. Good, 10 seconds. Then we take a squat and a rotation through the body. Nice, in 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a little squat here and then rotation through the spine. You can pick the heels off the ground, pivot on the toes and bring the hip through that movement. Good. With your squat as well at this point, don't try and push the depth, just go to a comfortable position, feet just further than hip width and toes pointing out. Squat and rotate, okay? We're not going ass to grass, as they say. Working within your comfortable range. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then final thing to go through, just give me a jog side to side. Not so much to raise the heart rate, but just to release any tension through the body, okay? So we come to these sessions to get some exercise in, but what really is exercise these days? I mean, I feel like in the 80s it used to be burn those calories, and that's just so irrelevant now. So we're now working out tension, working out stress, getting the benefits for the body and the mind. So any final tension, shake it out for the body, get ready to go in 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do it, team. Excellent. Now that we have warmed up, we'll take it into our strength section. So reminder on what strength is. It is not meant to feel like a HIIT session. It's not meant to bring your heart rate up to the point where you are completely gassed out. It's more about focusing on technique, that mind-muscle connection. It's going to help with your posture. It will help with building the muscular strength through the body. And then in turn, that actually helps with your HIIT section. We don't skip strength, we don't skip HIIT, it all has its place. Let's start off, we're going in for a tricep to start with. So 3 exercises and we do them back to back, okay? We start off with glute bridges down on the floor, or if you have a sofa, you can take a sofa variation as well. That's something that I've never said in a PT session before. This sofa here, we can just do some exercises here. The times we live in, guys. After that, we're going into some swimmers, so activating the back muscles, getting those scaps, so your scapula here, your shoulder blades, getting them moving, getting them mobile. And then we take it into a single leg deadlift. It will be 40 seconds of work. So usually on a PT session, I can count reps, I can judge where the person is at, how gassed they are, how fatigued they are. But obviously today, through this, we can only do what we can do. So I'm gonna work with 40 seconds, okay? You bring the intensity. If you need more, okay, you're gonna have to put in more. If you need to take it down, I'll give you a variant so that you can do that. All right, so taking it into glute bridges to start with, bums down onto the floor, taking the knees over the ankles. From there, a few things to think about before we go into the movement. So you want to give yourself a pelvic tilt here. Send your hips up and over your head, okay? That's gonna switch on the glutes before you've even gone for that hip movement. So tuck the pelvis under and squeeze your abs together. From there, direct down through your heels and push the floor away, sending the hips up. At the top, active squeeze through the glutes, and then keeping your pelvic tilt under, release down, and don't let your bum hit the floor. All right, so we're keeping the tension through the muscles. Squeeze up, exhale. We're gonna hold 3, 2, 1, okay? The hold at the top, I'm gonna need you guys to go ahead and self-regulate with that. So I have the trust in you, you're holding for 3. It's all about slow, controlled movement. Exercise number 2, we're coming down to swimmers. So take yourself onto the floor here, take the hands in front of you. You're gonna give me a thumbs up, so thumbs towards the ceiling, okay? From there, chin down, gaze to the floor, so you've got a long spine through the crown of your head. We're gonna lift off from the ground and then draw the elbows back and then come back to center and release down, okay? Squeeze your glutes hard, come up, thumbs up to the ceiling, take the hands behind, palms down to the ground, release up and down. All right, that is exercise number 2. Quick transition from one exercise to the next. Final exercise is a single leg deadlift. Now, I know this isn't a common one, so don't worry if it takes some time to get used to the technique. We're gonna take one foot behind us, so tap the toes onto the ground, hips are pointing forwards. You've got a slight bend in the knee. Now, just send your hips backwards and your head forwards. Okay, shoulders relaxed and make sure you've got engagement through the back. So we don't want to go for this rounded movement. Keep that nice and strong here. Send your hips backwards. You'll feel it through this hamstring and this glute here. Keep the hips in line and then grab the floor with your toes and draw the floor backwards as your hips come through. We're not going through an overextend, okay, just to the point here in the middle. So single leg deadlift, grab the floor, push through. Send your hips back, spine long. So this is your hip hinge movement. We're gonna take it on the left side and then on the right side. Okay, so that is our first exercises. We are working for 40 seconds and a quick transition between them. So there's not a long rest in between. All right, team, we're ready. We're going down to the ground for your glute bridges in 3, 2, 1, let's go. So we're on the floor here, glute bridges, making sure that you press down into the floor through the heels. If it helps, take your toes off the ground, and that's just gonna reduce the likelihood of you bringing the pressure into the balls of your feet instead of the heels, okay? If they're not touching the floor, then it's hard for you to push down through those through the balls of your feet. Make sure we're getting the breath in time with the movement. Press through the heels, exhale, and hold at the top. Remember, 3, 2, 1, and release. Good. Okay, we got 4, 3, 2, 1. Flip it over. We're going straight in. 5 seconds time to those swimmers. Give me a thumbs up, okay? Chin down. 3, 2, 1. Lift up. Draw the elbows back and in towards the spine. Release down and drop to the floor. Let's go. So again, it's all about the control. Quality over quantity. It is not about speed, okay? So keep breathing through the movements. We're halfway through, 20 seconds through. Gonna come in, check on you guys. Good, squeeze it hard. Remember, it's you that's creating that intention and the intensity, creating the stimulus through the muscle to go ahead and initiate the change, okay? To initiate the change, we have to provide the stimulus. But 4, 3, 2, 1. Jump it up, team, onto your feet. Start with the left foot forward and tap the right toes backwards, okay? Hips stay pointing forward. We go in 3, 2, 1. Okay, grab the floor with your toes. Send your bum backwards and the head forwards. Keep the shoulder blades squeezed together, shoulders from the ears, and then draw the hips forward, okay? This should be a count of 3, 2, 1. Squeeze, and 3, 2, 1. Good. That's it. 3, 2, 1. And again, it's working at your speed. So although I'm counting, it's 40 seconds. But what I don't want to have is any of this action, any of that fast reps, okay? Good, we're halfway through. 20 seconds to go. Feel it there. It's kind of good to work through these movements as well without adding any resistance. Because as you get more familiar with the movement pattern, when you do add the resistance, it's just going to change the game. It's going to take it up a level. Good, ready, other side. In 3, 2, 1, other side. So we're taking the left foot backwards and the right toes onto the ground. Send the hips backwards. So you might feel different from side to side. That's completely normal. That's why we work in this unilateral way here. Good. Send the hips backwards and feel tension through the hamstrings. So a deadlift is primarily a glute and hamstring focus exercise. It is a compound movement, and compound means compound movement means multi-muscular, multi-joint movement. So although you're going to feel it a lot in the glutes and the hamstrings, we are using the entire body to facilitate that movement. Okay, let's go for 10 more seconds here. And then you guessed it, we're straight back down into those glute bridges. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Hit the ground again, guys, down onto the floor. So I'm going to stay a little bit more up here talking to you guys now that you know the movements, all right? If you want to take it into an elevated glute bridge, if you've got a chair or a sofa at a low height, I would say probably maximum 2 foot off the ground. Anything higher than that is going to compromise the movement. You want to put the edge of the bench, the sofa, just onto your shoulder blades, okay? That's the right height, and use that as your pivot point to push off the ground, coming into a reverse tabletop position. Good? All right, we have another 15 seconds to go, guys. Second round, you're definitely gonna feel it a little bit more. Those muscles are starting to activate. They're gonna switch on, and you're gonna feel that fatigue through the muscle, okay? We got it. In 4, ready, swimmers, 2, 1, let's go. Quick transition, gonna give you 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go, down to the ground. Remember, we're not hyperextending the neck, okay? It's not a neck exercise, okay? It's a back, it's a glute, it's a posterior chain exercise. Sweet team, nice. Good. Keep that belly button pulled up towards the ceiling. Keep the chest through the shoulders. Good. 8 seconds to go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Bring it up. Let's go round 2. Those single leg deadlifts. Left leg forwards and right leg back. Tap the back toe and then send the hips backwards. Head goes straight forwards here. Nice. You got it. And again, if this is the first time that you've done a movement, okay, it's unlikely. I've never seen it happen. Not saying it's not going to happen, that someone that's never done a movement before comes in and absolutely nails it. It's just not reality, okay? So take your time with it and just get to know how it feels, okay? Then I always say, go away from the session, let it marinate, literally sleep on it, it helps. sleep on it, and when you come back, you might find it just flows a little bit better, okay? You'll be more connected with the movement. You'll understand the pattern of how your body's supposed to move, why it's working. We're gonna change sides in 3, 2, 1. Good, other side. I was gonna say, let me know if I'm talking too much, but you'll have to just let me know down in the comments. Good, other side. Send your hips backwards and the head forwards. Nice long spine here. Make sure you're keeping the shoulders back and you're keeping tension through the upper back. Good, that's it. Squeeze it tight. Make sure we're not holding our breath. Good. We got 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, and take a rest here, guys. Excellent work on that first round. We're going into a second block, so I will see you in a minute. Okay, so you've had a chance to recover. Let's take it into our next block. Same thing, 40 seconds on. No break in between. We're going back to back, 3 exercises. Our exercises are a squat to a chair. So if you have a chair, grab it now. We're going to do squat. So feet just further than hip width apart, toes point out. We're going to send the hips slightly backwards and then weight into the heels as we sit straight down, chest up. From there, you're going to squeeze your glutes and then sit straight up towards the ceiling, okay? Going to send the hips backwards, down, down, down. Let your body release into the chair, then push through the heels, connect down, and stand straight up through the top of your head, okay? If you don't have a chair, you can do this body weight, but if you do have a chair, that is ideal. If you're going body weight, we're just taking it down, so knees come to a 90-degree angle, body here is parallel to the floor, and then from there, push through the heels and up. The chair just allows you to give you a little bit more feedback on how low and what we're doing with the squat. Exercise number 2, we're taking eccentric press-ups. So eccentric is the down movement of the press-up, okay? So instead of pushing away from the floor, our focus turns onto the release down, chest towards the floor. You can take it onto your toes for a progression, just making sure that your pelvis is tucked under and you have a solid core engagement, or drop down to the knees. Same thing, make sure that your bum is down. So you shouldn't have any kind of square shape in the body here. It should be triangular to the floor. And then from there, we're making sure that the creases of our hands are pointing forwards and that we're connecting all of the pads of the fingers into the ground. Slow release down. We start off by taking the shoulders away from the ears, and this is going to engage your lats. Keep them packed down and send the elbows wide. We're focusing on the release down, okay? It's going to feel a little bit sticky towards the end, but control it to the floor and then release completely. From there, just bring yourself up by any means possible. From there, reset, okay? So always resetting the start of the movement. Elbows wide, wide, wide. Control down, 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 down. Shoulders away from ears and then back up, all right? And then our third exercise, we're taking it into a renegade row. So we're going back to back, quite shoulder heavy here. You can either, again, stay on your toes or bring it down to the knees, but we're going to bring the knees a little bit further apart, so got a more solid base to work from. Transfer the weight into one hand and then row the elbow back towards the hip. Transfer the weight, core engaged, squeeze it tight and row backwards. Okay, here we can take the speed up a little bit more, but only if the technique is good first. Cool, all right, let's get into this. It's block number 2. We start off with that squat to chair. So thinking about the movement, really connecting with it. We go in 3, 2, 1, let's go. So 40 seconds here. Feet further than hip width, toes slightly out. Take a small hinge first, sit straight down into your heels, release down onto the chair, and then push down through the heels and stand straight upwards, okay? Okay, we don't want to overextend at the top here. See that quite a lot. We just take it to a point here, neutral, hips back. Good, and then explode on the way up. Okay, nice and slow, over halfway. 10 seconds to go, and then we move it straight down into those eccentric press-ups. Alrighty team, we got 4, 3, 2, and 1. 5 seconds to transition, bring it onto toes or knees. And then again, we go in 3, 2, 1, shoulders down first, elbows wide, control down towards the ground. And then once you're down there, release. Whew. Bring it back up. And again, reset. Take it slow, 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 slow. Good, and reset. Now, if you can definitely already do a full press up, okay, and you're thinking this is really easy, slow it down. Slower than slow. Go slow, then go slower, then go slower than that, all right? I promise you, even if you do a full press up, that the challenge is in the eccentric, so we never really focus on that as much. So we're gonna really slow it down. So you go micro movements through here. Guys, we've got 10 seconds to go. And then make sure you bring yourself up in any way you see fit. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. Again, just widen the knees if you're on the knees and widen the feet if you're on your toes. And we're gonna take that row, take the elbow backwards towards the hip, okay? Remember, down on the knees if you need to. Tuck your pelvis, squeeze it tight. And don't forget to breathe. That's it. Cool. Again, just as I said in that first round, if these are new movements, take your time with it, okay? There's no reason to come in here and absolutely smash each of these movements. That would be incredible, but probably improbable. Yeah? Okay, let's go 15 seconds. Keep the shoulders away from the ears, all right? We don't want to get this hunch movement here, tension through the neck, just relax into it. Okay, body always wants to go through the path of least resistance, and it's up to you to make sure we redirect it to the path of best resistance. Good, in 4, 3, go into squats, 2, 1. Okay, second round back to squats. I'm gonna take the setup first. Setup is key, don't rush it. Hips back and down. You're gonna release your bum to the floor, definitely not to the floor. That would mean you'll have fallen over. To the chair, good, through the heels and back. Second round, we know these movements, so we make sure that we're getting that active engagement. Squeeze the glutes, push down through the heels, stand straight up through the top of your head. Good, halfway through, 20 seconds to go here. How are we doing? Yeah, team's looking, it's looking so good. 10 seconds and we're back into those eccentric press-ups. Good, final reps. 4, you got it. 3, come on. 2, 1, nice. Down to the ground, eccentric press-ups. Toes or knees, in 3, in 2, in 1, pelvis tuck, let's go. Elbows wide, shoulders away from ears. Release down and up, okay? The challenge there, how slow can you go? Slow release down. And then this top movement, you think, it's fine at the top. Well, wait till you get halfway, guys and gals. Release down, back up. Stay with that. Nice. Okay. Slow as you can go. 20 seconds to go. I know. You got it. Give me that mental focus as well. 10 seconds. Ready to go to renegade row in 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. All right. Taking it into renegade row, row backwards. Okay, so you will feel it through the shoulders here, but it's primarily focusing on the stability through the center. Tuck your belly button in nice and tight. That's going to brace your core and help to prevent any of that swinging side to side. If you do get that swinging side to side, okay, as long as you're conscious about it and you're sort of trying to actively counteract that, that's how we're going to get stronger, all right? So make sure you focus on that stability through the core. And then also you will definitely feel it isometrically through the shoulders and the arms. Super good, team. Okay, 20 seconds to go. Squeeze it in. So your elbow drives backwards. This is the path for your elbow. Back towards the hip and a slight squeeze in towards the spine. Okay, that's where we're at. 10 seconds. In 4, 3, ready squats, 2, 1. Okay, final round here. This chair, man, okay? Surprise! Okay, don't do this at home. Find yourself a proper chair. Okay, release it down. Nice, and then boom, straight back up. Again, hips backwards, chest is up, all right? Boom, straight up. Again, try not to let yourself fold in half. We're getting that concertina action through the hips, and that brings the weight to the heels, boom, straight up. Nice. Good. Looking strong. Okay, 20 seconds to go. Final round here, guys. Final round. Controlling the down, down, down. Boom, straight up. 10 seconds. Good. Final 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down to the floor, 5 seconds. Eccentric press ups. Last round, guys. Coming towards the finish line of this block, and then a nice long recovery for you. Let's go. We're on eccentric press ups. Release down and up. Again, on toes if you need to. If you need that challenge. Okay, down and release. It's all about adding that progression into it. That is how we get stronger. We make sure we add a little bit more intensity every single time. Nice. Woo! Elbows to the side, shoulders away from ears. Chest comes down. Full rep to the floor. Sweet. Team, we have 20 seconds to go. Good. Time the breath as well. A reminder to keep breathing. Honestly, it sounds like the most simple thing in the world, but you would not believe how many people I have been worried about calling 999 because they are not breathing. Good. I haven't ever had to call 999, just as a little heads up for you there. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1. I've always been able to catch people before they turn blue. All right, guys, final one, renegade row. Last time, feet wide, elbow back and squeeze in. Good, core engaged, elbow back and squeeze in. Coming towards the end of it. That long rest coming up, you deserve it. So we're gonna work hard in these work periods, and we're gonna rest hard when we come to it. Yes, let's go. Squeeze through. Come into your final 15 seconds, okay? Drive it back and squeeze in towards your spine. 10 seconds. You got it. Strong. 4, 3, 2, 1, and release it down. All right. Nice. You've done your second block here, so we're going to take it into our third block, and I will see you in a jiffy. Here we are at our final block, so your last set of strength exercises. Again, same format, going for 40 seconds of work, quick transition, no break between, back-to-back triceps, okay? 3 exercises, and the first one is a tricep dip. 2 variations depending if you have a chair or not. If you have a chair, grab it, and from here, you're gonna set yourself up so that you're in a kind of reverse chair position. So you're basically kind of mimicking the chair, if you can see here. 1 with the chair. Shoulders away from ears, so we're not collapsing into it, okay? You're gonna find that length by pushing shoulders down and squeezing the back. Take your elbows out wide and then push away. It doesn't have to be a massive movement, okay? We don't have to come all the way down here. We're working within your active range. So if it doesn't feel good, we don't push past it. Send the elbows back and then connect through the heels of the hands, push and extend, okay? Tricep dips. If you don't have a chair, that's all right. We're gonna bring it down to the ground. Find your reverse tabletop position. Push your hips up, and from there, take the elbows wide and push up, all right? So 2 variants, it's up to you. Go for what feels good. Exercise number 2 is a side plank. So again, variants for you, pick whichever feels good. Bring yourself down onto your forearm. We're taking it onto the left and the right side. You can either stack the feet here and push the hip up to the ceiling, or you can bend the bottom knee down to 90 degrees, push through the knee and bring yourself up, okay? So there's those 2 variants. If you want to take it up, okay, you can either push through the knee, bring that top leg up and hold, or for the extra challenge, you can stack the feet, push the hip, take the top foot up, okay? So, lots of different variants for you to go for. If you feel like you want to add on as we go through, go ahead. As long as we've got the technique down, then you can bring it up or down depending on how you feel as we reach the time. Last exercise is dead bugs. So bring yourself onto the ground. Now, when I demo this, people are like, Kate, it's easy. And then I'm like, just wait, because it's not so much about the strength. It is a core exercise, but it's coordination based as well. Knees into tabletop and take the hands so it's 90 degrees to the body. We're going to take hand and opposite leg, and we're going to drop both of them. Hand goes overhead and leg drops, foot drops down towards the ground. Keep your lower back pressed into the floor. Exhale, bring back to center. Okay, so these are dead bugs. Now, it is about coordination because you're working opposite hand and opposite foot, and the aim is to keep the other one still as the other one moves. Alrighty? 30 seconds on. Quick transition between each of them. Final strength round. I think we have this down. Let's take it into our tricep dips. Round number 1 starts in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Tricep dips, remember, onto the floor or onto your seat, it's up to you. Just making sure that first of all we have that setup down, okay? Don't rush through it, okay? It's never gonna, as my mum would say, it's gonna end in tears, okay? Make sure we set up right first, shoulders away, elbows out, and then push the floor away, extend, and then drop down, okay? A little bit extra challenge if you want to, adding onto the floor, you push your hips higher, but the focus is on the triceps rather than the hips. Cool, we're gonna change it over in 3, side plank, 2, 1, right arm first, forearm down to the ground. Pick your variation, push the hip up, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so again, imagine you're in between those two pieces of glass, okay? I don't know who's putting you between those two pieces of glass, but they've done it again. So you don't want the body to rock forwards or backwards, staying with the hips stacked. Emphasis on pushing that hip under, squeezing through the side body here, okay? We're gonna keep this and hold this. Again, don't let the chest collapse, proud, open out. Good, we're gonna go straight onto the other side in about 10 seconds time. In 4, 3, squeeze it up, 2, 1, and release down. Good job. Other side, flip that straight over. Pick your variation, 3, 2, 1. Let's go into that side plank position. Remember, squeeze your glutes in, belly button tight. Take the hand up or on the hip, as long as it's not forward and closing up the body, okay? Keep it, squeeze it up. Breathe in, breathe out. So it's tempting during this to take small breaths or to tense up. Neither one is ideal, okay? You control the breath. Relaxed in, relaxed out, but core is always engaged at the same time. 10 seconds to go, and we take it into our dead bugs. Nice, we go in 4, 3, 2, 1, let's take it onto your bum, knees into tabletop, hands up. Okay, starting opposite arm and opposite leg, drop down to center. Okay, come with me, let's go. So drop down, keep the lower back fixed to the floor, belly button down. Opposite hand and opposite foot, draw it back into center. Nice. Good, breathe in as they drop away. Exhale as you come back to center. Breathe in, exhale. Keep that going. Nice, 15 seconds to go, and then we go back around to the top for round number 2. We know how we do this now. 8 seconds to go. Ready, tricep dips. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Tricep dips, second round, okay? So get that set up right, okay? Shoulders away from the ears. Giving yourself those cues before you head into everything, okay? So even when we go into HIIT, I want you to make sure that you run through that checklist in your head, okay? Don't rush into it. Okay, tricep dips here, push away. So your triceps on the back of your arms here, this is where you should be feeling it primarily. Extend and release. Extend, bring the chest up and release. 20 seconds down, 20 seconds to go. Looking good. Nice, release down. Press the floor away and extend. Down. Again, just like we did in those press-ups, now we're familiar with the eccentric. There is value and strength to be found in the eccentrics of the movements, as well as those explosive, the ones that, overhead and all the fancy stuff. There's value to be found in the slow, controlled release as well. 3, 2, 1. Side plank, let's go. So onto the right side. Make sure that your elbow is underneath your shoulder. So it's not all the way out here and all the way in. It's just nice and comfortable underneath the shoulder, and that your shoulder isn't jacked up to this. Okay, so again, length through here, squeezing through the side body. 20 seconds down, halfway through, and you guessed it, we're just going to take it onto that other side for round number 2. Nice, let's go other way in 3, 2, 1. Nice, other side. So again, take the setup. Emphasis on pushing this hip up and squeezing through the side body closest to the ground. Drop down. You're taking it at your pace. Again, we're working to time. But again, reps. Count those reps. See where we get up to. Can you get more on one side, less on another? Just keeping note of these imbalances. In 3, 2, and 1. Dead bugs, round number 2. We're halfway, well over halfway of this strength section. Dead bugs, we start in 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's go. So we're taking opposite hand and opposite foot. Woo! Don't worry if you get yourself in a little pickle. Just reset and go back to the start. Okay, shake it off, start again. It's a funny one when I do this with clients and they get themselves in a bit of a pickle. It's like, ah, like that. And then they just kind of go, ah. I'm like, don't worry, we'll just start again. Pretend it never happened, just erase it. Boop, delete, gone. Good, 20 seconds to go. Make sure that core is squeezed in tight, okay? So we're making sure that that is engaged before we even go through the movement. 10 seconds. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Final round, team. Let's take it tricep dips, all right? These should be on fire by now, okay? In this third round, we're definitely getting deep into the back of the arms. 3, 2, 1. Tricep dips. If you're on your chair, getting that checklist. Set up properly, shoulders away. Good, elbows wide again. It doesn't have to be a massive movement here. Good, release it. Good, slow down and push away. Okay, it's all in the control. Halfway, 20 seconds to go. Nice, come on, come on, come on, come on. I know it hurts at this point. 10 seconds to go. Get those last reps in, don't give off me. 3, 2, 1, rest it, good. Take it into your side plank, 5 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Side plank here, squeeze it up. Deep into the side, hold it there, keep breathing. These last rounds are always the most challenging, but the feeling of the challenge is good. It means that we're creating that stimulus, okay? If you quit before it gets to this point, all right, I'm not saying it's not going to do anything, but it's just a really good indicator that we've worked, okay? Not necessarily the only indicator that it works, but it makes sure that we've got that real good feedback, okay? That nice, I say nice, I like the feeling of working it, but some people hate it. Like, it hurts. Yeah, but what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, innit? Cool, ready, other side in 4, 3, 2, 1, other side. I realise I do chat some shit when I'm doing this, but it's not as edited as my other videos, so I can't cut it out. So you're welcome, guys. This is raw and unedited. Other side, let's go. Squeeze it up. Hold it. coming towards that finish line. It is in sight, team. You've done so well, honestly, making it this far through. Some things of these might be new, might be a whole new concept. Slowing things down a lot, you know, really focusing. Sometimes it can be frustrating. You know, it doesn't feel right, feels weird. It's all part of it. Okay, 10 seconds to go. Some sessions you smash it. Some sessions you want to just get rid of it, erase it. Again, boop, delete. All part of it. 3, 2, 1. Good. Dead bugs, final time. Okay, this time as you draw the knee and the elbow back into center, really think about connecting them across the body in that X shape, okay? Visualizing the movement. Let's go in 3, 2, 1. Dead bugs down on the ground. Good. Visualize it. Visualization is going to help you to connect to the movement. It's going to help you connect to the muscles. And when you come back to it for the second time, it's going to feel 10, 20 million times easier. That's probably an exaggeration. And there's no science behind that. But it's definitely going to feel easier. You're going to feel more connected when you revisit it. Good. Squeeze it in tight. We've got 20 seconds left to go. Make these the best reps you can. Squeeze deep into that core section. 10 seconds. Let's go. Final 4. All the way to the end. 3, 2, 1. Good. Rest it out, guys. Rest it. I had to give you that PT look at the end. That kind of, you know, that look. I've trained for that. Yeah. Qualified in this particular look. And this. Qualified. All right, team, take a rest. I'll join you for our hit in just a second. Moving on to our hit section. Today we're going for 60 seconds of work and 20 seconds of rest. 3 rounds for 3 rounds. Listen up, this is what we're going to do. We're going to start off with 30 seconds of plank hold and then 30 seconds of mountain climbers. So in between those 30 seconds, there is no break. We work back to back and then a nice long 20-second recovery after we've done those. For your plank hold, we come down to the forearms. Make sure the elbows are underneath the shoulders. Onto the toes here, scoop the pelvis. Make sure we've got extension through the chest. Pull your belly button up towards the ceiling and hold here. 30 seconds, I'll let you know when we're coming towards the end. From there, we go up into a high plank position and drive the knees into the chest for mountain climbers, okay? Again, this one we're going for speed, okay? So speed focused in this hit as opposed to more control over our technique in the strength. That's not to say that we don't think about technique, but we focus on speed. After that 20 seconds recovery, we then go into a reverse lunge and a squat jump for the full 60 seconds. So combination exercise, alternate reverse lunge, 1, 2, then come back to center, feet wide, toes out, and then a squat jump. Soft landing, back to center. Into your reverse lunge, 1, 2, back in, squat jump for the full 60 seconds. Then our final one, we take it into 30 seconds of high burpee and 30 seconds of star jumps. For your high burpee, we don't take chest to floor, we stay in that high plank position, feet in, and then up. Make sure we bring the hips through and the chest up. So high burpee for 30 seconds, no break, into star jumps, okay? Star jumps, we reach up towards the ceiling, you see, to fully extend and draw the elbows down in towards the rib cage. If you need to take the jump out, we take a half star, again, just tapping the toe and reaching the hands up. Alrighty? So, I'm out of breath, team. Take a second, we're going in for plank hold to start with, 30 seconds. Let's go down to the ground. We go in 3, 2, 1, down, go, 30 seconds here. Good, so we're in that hold position. This is going to be an active recovery, so when we come back round to this, at the end of this hit section, we go back to the top. This is going to give you a chance to breathe, to slow things down and to reset, all right? But for now, we think about tucking the pelvis under, core engaged, holding it tight, 10 seconds, then come into a high plank, ready for mountain climbers. In 4, 3, 2, 1, go straight in, mountain climbers, knees into the chest, 30 seconds here. This is going to start to kick in that heart, feel it pound through the chest. We've got 20 seconds to go. Good, find a rhythm. Find a rhythm that works good for you. Stick with that. 10 seconds. Remember, nice long recovery, long work, long recover. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, recover. 20 seconds here. Breathe it out. We're going to bring it into your reverse lunge and squat jump. Step back, alternate legs to center, squat jump. You need to take the jump out. It's a body weight squat into your reverse lunge. All right, 8 seconds and we're on. Breathe in, release the tension. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So we're in reverse lunge. Step back, knee comes towards the ground. Make sure that we push through the front heel back to center. And then into your squat jump, send the hips backwards. Use the hands to get some momentum through that movement. Soft landing, back to the start. Cool. Strong work, guys, strong. 30 seconds to go, yeah? Feel how this is slightly longer. It's gonna feel different. All the different timings we have, 40 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds. Okay, it's gonna make you feel different. So today, we're thinking more about endurance. So we don't wanna go boom, strength, 10 seconds to go. We don't wanna go straight off into epic speed at the start because we won't last the full 60. 3 to go. 2, 1, good. 20 seconds to rest. And then just shake it out, okay? Breathe deep. Best way to get that oxygen is hands up and over behind the head. Open out the chest. Okay, we've got 8 seconds and we're on to high burpees, okay? No chest to floor. We're going 3, 2, 1. Let's go. We're high burpees here for 30 seconds. And then no break, we take it into 30 seconds of star jumps. Those star jumps, they're gonna allow you to flush the body through. Make sure we're getting some real good energy through that. For now, we still have another 10 seconds to go. Drive it. Go on, push, push, a little bit more, a little bit more. 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. And star jumps, let's go. If you need to take the jump out, softer on the knees, we'll go for a half star. 20 seconds. Coming through to the end of your first round. Second round intensity goes up. 10 seconds to go. All the way. Come on, 4, 3, yep, 2, 1, good. Breathe it here. 20 seconds. You can take it down to the ground. Breathe when you're down here. Little chance to recover. Remember, it's a long recovery for you. Longer to work, but longer to rest. See how that works? Little trade-off. Okay, 7 seconds and we're on to plank hold. Breathe in, release that tension. 3, 2, 1. Let's go into your plank hold position, onto the toes. Scoop the pelvis, squeeze the core, and hold it here for 30 seconds. Good, isometric, isometric. I don't know why I extended that syllable so long, completely unnecessary. Cool. 10 seconds to go. In 4, 3, 2, mountain climbers, 1, let's go. Mountain climbers into a high plank position, knees to chest. Okay, this is thinking about pushing the speed. Speed focused. Technique first, then we add the speed. Drive those knees, let's go. 1, 2, 1. Find your beat, stay with it. Nice, 10 seconds to go. Remember, 20 seconds to recover. All the way. Yep, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take it up, shake it out. Whew. So you'll definitely feel that through the shoulders, through the arms. Shake off that tension. 10 seconds and we're on to reverse lunge with the squat jump. Deep breath in. Long exhale. Breathe in. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Let's go. We're reverse lunge. 1 step back. 2, Make sure that your feet are in pram lines, knees tracking forwards, squat jump for the 60 seconds. If you need to take that squat jump out, guys, remember, modify to what suits you, but if you know that you can do that squat jump with control, you're gonna add it in, okay? If it's not there for you, take it out. We're going into a body weight squat, no jump in there. 25 seconds to go. Keep that focus. 20 on the clock. Reverse lunge, nice and wide. Hips track forwards. Push back to center. 10 seconds. You got it. 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Guys, rest. 20 seconds. Woo! Team, we'll pass the halfway line, okay? We've done it. We're going over the hill. We're coming through the other side. Got 10 seconds and we're on to high burpees for 30 seconds, okay? Round number 2, 3, 2, 1. Go. High burpees here. 30 seconds on the clock and then straight in to your star jumps. Control the breath. Try and get it in time with the movement, all right? It's a real game changer, being able to master your breath at the same time as going in for the movement. Allows you to be a lot more efficient and you can be a lot more controlled. You've got that ultimate mind control. Good, 3, 2, 1. Star jumps here, 30 seconds. Stay light on the toes, making sure we're not locking out the knees, okay? Always a soft landing. Draw those elbows into your rib cage. Reaching up, extending, long through the body. 15 seconds to go. Come on, quicker. I said quicker. That's it, good. 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Take your rest. All right, we have made it to your final round here, guys. Final round. Let's make it the best one yet. We're on in 10 seconds, down towards the floor. Take that deep breath in, reset the body. Quieten the body, quiet the mind. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 30 seconds here, plank hold. Okay. Finding that solid core control. Tell yourself it's easy. Easy work. Halfway through, 15 seconds to go. Woo! Last round. Ready, 3, 2, 1. Mountain climbers, let's go. Break the pace now. Remember where you were working before. Push past that pace. You're going to be the pace setter. A little bit faster. 15 seconds to go. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes, 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 yes. 10 seconds. Yep. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. That is that done and dusted. You put that to the side. 2 more rounds on the clock. Reverse lunge to squat jump. Okay. So the benefit of doing your HIIT afterwards, you can now feel these muscles. They might be slightly more fatigued, but they're activated. They're ready to go. They're going to keep you in check with that HIIT. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Reverse lunge to squat jump. Let's do it. Woo. Soft knees. Smashing this session, team. You walked through the door of that virtual gym. Bum, bum, bum. Hi, Kate. I'm ready for it. And yes, you did it. We're coming towards the end point here. 20 seconds to go. Remember, this one is a full 60 seconds of the same movement. Whew. After this, it's only one more minute. 15 on the clock. Okay, I'm staying with you here. Keeping you going. 10 seconds. 8, 6. That's it, all the way. 3, 2, 1. Take it, breathe. 20 seconds, well-deserved recovery. Your final round here. 30 seconds of those high burpees and 30 seconds of star jumps. If you're holding something back, and I know you know, I know if you know that I know if you are holding something back. Okay? Don't do that. Don't do that to me. We're gonna go for it. Ready? 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. High burpees here. That's it. If you're doing this with somebody, you're taking a double PT session, you're challenging your mate, okay? You're challenging your partner, your best friend, your dog, you right? Whoever it is, they take on the challenge. 15 seconds and we go into your star jumps. Come on. Yes. 8 to go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on. Up onto your feet. 30 seconds left of star jumps. Really push the speed now. Keep that control in mind. Lock into it. Focus on that finish line. You made it this far. We're crossing that finish line. Ready for that moment. You're going to throw your hands up in the air. You're going to do an epic fall on the ground in celebration. 15 seconds to go. Final speed push here. Final drive. 8 seconds. Come on. 4, 3, yes. 2, 1. Good. And rest it out. Guys, open out your chest. Take your hands up overhead. Breathe in nice and deep. Grab yourself some water. Let the body relax here for a second. Give yourself a pat on the back. And let's go into our cool down. Team, you should be so incredibly proud of what you just did. To be able to turn this video on, to show up, to come all the way through to this point, that takes a lot. So for that, I thank you. And we're also going to make sure that we thank our bodies and thank our minds for the energy that they put in today. And let's go into our cool down. So to start with, we're going from standing and bring ourselves down to the ground and then all the way back up. So take the hands behind you. We're going for a chest stretch. Interlace your fingers and then just open out the chest here. So roll the shoulders back and away. If this is too much, take the hands behind you, down onto the curve of your back and just open out through the chest. Breathe deep. And exhale, soften into the body. Breathe in again. Exhale, soften. We'll go one final time. And it feels good. And release. I always get so jealous when I see people exercise and I haven't done it. It makes me want to go and do it straight after. Last. Okay, breathe in. And release it down. Let's take the hands in front, interlace the fingers, going for a back stretch. So drop the chin down. You're going to separate the shoulder blades round through the back and pull your belly button towards the spine. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. Good. And then coming back up here. Take yourself down to the ground. So just bring yourself into a kneeling position. You can either tuck the toes under and sit back to the heels or release them down. It's all good. Heels come, bum down, come to your heels. Take your arm and bring it across the body. Stretching the back of the arm, shoulder down away from the ears. 3, 2, 1, release. Let's go to the other side. So bring the arm over. Right arm comes across the body. Release the shoulder down. Soften in. As you breathe in, find the space. As you exhale, move into that space. Never forcing it past that sticking point. Just sitting with it. 3, 2, and 1. Release. Let's take some neck stretches. So bring your right hand and place it onto the left side of your head. So we're not yanking the head over, we're just gently pressing to the side. And then just release your left fingers down to the ground. You'll feel it down through the side of the neck here. Deep breath into the top of your chest. Exhale, soften. Good, back into center. Opposite way, so left hand onto right side of the face. And lengthen out through the right fingers. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Take yourself into a hands and knees position here. Send your right foot out. You're going to take the toes to the floor and then push the heel away, taking it into a calf stretch. So feel it down the back of the leg here. 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's take the other side. So left foot comes out and just push the heel away. Dig the toes into the ground. Stretch the back of the leg. 3, 2, 1. Good. Then take yourself down onto your front. So release nice and slowly down. From here, take your left leg and bring it up, across, and over the body here. Okay, so you want to keep one hand to the side, opening out through the hip. It's a really nice stretch through the body. Hopefully you can see me, you can hear me. The microphone is quite close to the floor. And the other side, you take the hip down to the ground, lift up the right leg, drop it behind you on the left side. Open out through the body. And keep your left arm extended long. 3, 2, 1. Back into center. Hands under shoulders. Squeeze the hips into the ground. Peel the chest off the floor. Breathe in. It's a little up dog here. Again, just as far as is good. Relax the shoulders. You can just release the neck a little bit here. Breathe in, exhale. And then take the chest down towards the ground. Reach back with the left hand and grab the left ankle. Squeeze your hips into the floor and stretch out your left quad. 3, 2, 1. Other side. Reach back with the right hand to the right ankle. Push the hips down into the ground. 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Hands come to the shoulders underneath. Press the floor away, taking your hips towards the heels, finding yourself down into a child's pose. Chest towards the ground and drop the forehead, release to the floor so there's no tension through the neck. Deep inhale. Exhale out. Inhale and exhale. Tuck your toes, press your hips up for a down dog here. Stretch along the back of the legs, find length in the spine. You can keep the bend a bend in the knees if you need to. And then we walk the toes in towards the back of the hands. Fold over here for a second, okay? Let everything drop down. Release the tension through the neck. Feel heavy through the upper body. Keep the bend in the knees. And then we take a roll up through the spine. Final thing to come up is the head. It's nice and slow. Breathe in as we come up. Good. And at the top, we're going to take hands up overhead, reaching, taking a nice deep conscious in-breath. Check in with yourself here. Check in with how it feels after this session. How you felt before, how you feel now. Just bringing that into your conscious and acknowledging it. And then release it down. To finish off, we're just going to sway the body here side to side. Woo. For just another 10 seconds. Again, releasing any of that tension that we do not need and we do not need to carry forwards. For 3, for 2, for 1, and that is it. And that is us. Thank you so much for joining me, for turning up, for putting in the energy, and for doing something for you today. I hope that whatever this gives you can be a different thing on different days. You take that forwards into the rest of your day or your night, depending on when you're doing this. And I just wanted to say that I am so very truly grateful for you choosing to spend your time with me. Have a really good evening, day, night, whatever, and I'll see you soon. Bye.